Hello, this is Andreas from Nordic Tarot, and I've got 3 readings for you for the first 2 weeks of September. And please remember that even the 2 more specific readings, the love and the work reading, they are still general. So if they do not resonate, I'm sorry, but hopefully at least one of the 3 will. And you'll find more information about how to contact me and on the decks I'm using in the description. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your readings. Hello Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. Since these are the first videos I'm making, I'm just quickly going to go through how I read the spread and then we get straight into it. So I pulled 3 cards for 3 different areas of your life. So the top 3 cards are general, in the middle are love, and the bottom are work. I also pulled 1 oracle card, and that will be kind of the overarching energy of all the readings. So the oracle card I pulled for you is number 31, Why. The essential meanings are motives driving intention, the power of knowing the why. And now for the general reading, the oracle's message is, there is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most importantly, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you're clear about it, your intentions will be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So, just this entire oracle card, why? I mean, it's called why. Why do you do things? Why do you act in certain ways? Why do you make certain choices? And the cards you have are the Devil, the Queen of Swords, and the Hierophant. The Devil is about feeling stuck. It can be about feeling stuck in your old ways or having negative ways that you are used to being in or that you're afraid of going back to. It can be addiction, like literal addiction to substances. It can be an addiction to praise or whatever it is. But the Devil card is about what has power over you. What is it that influences things you do? And then on the right you have the Hierophant, which is tradition. It's rules and regulations and law. It's we do this because we have to, because we have laws to follow, because if we want to be a part of society, that's what we do. But it can also be just things that you brought with you from growing up. It can just be that you have never questioned some of these things, that, oh, I behave like this because, well, I suppose I do it because of this and that and this and that. And trust me, I've had those realizations where I do something and someone questions it and I'm like, oh, I don't know, that's just kind of what I did growing up, I suppose. But we all have those things. So you have the Devil card, which is stuck and being chained down and maybe bad habits, for example, and then the Hierophant, which is tradition, rigidity, and we do this because we are supposed to do this. But then in the middle, you have the Queen of Swords, and I would say she's very clear-cut on why she does things. She's clear-cut on how to do them, why she does them, why she makes the choices she makes. She can be very detached, but she's also very logical. So I do feel like the Oracle card Why, together with the Devil, Queen of Swords, and Hierophant, are definitely asking you to look at why you do things. So why is it you act in this way, or why is it that you usually default to this kind of choice? And you might end up saying, oh, I do A because of B, but I'm okay with that. And that's completely fine. But I do feel like it is just saying, let's just check out. Let's just go introspective a little bit and check out, why do we do these things? Are we okay with them? Fine, then keep doing them. Are we not okay with them? Well, okay, can we change how we look at these things? And your love reading has the relationship message. We don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do. Mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else, or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues from the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? And why did I say that? And spend some time in introspection, the answer may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So you have Temperance, King of Wands, and Seven of Cups for this message. And again, with the Oracle card being why, the question is, why do you do things? Why do you react in a certain way? Why do you say things? And again, I feel like these cards are giving you kind of the tools to maybe look at these things and ask, what am I looking for in a relationship? And if I'm in a relationship, what is it about this relationship that I enjoy? Or is it something I dislike? Or is it something I'd like to communicate to my partner? The first card you have is Temperance. It's divine timing, it's moderation, it's balance, but it's also this very grounded energy. In the middle, you have the King of Wands, which is a very powerful energy. And this is your energy. As a Leo, you would be this fire energy. And I know it is the King of Wands, but even if you are a woman or if you have a lot of female or feminine energy, this would still apply to you. I mean, it is a love reading, but it is also love in general. So it does try to apply to as many people as possible. But the King of Wands, he's so passionate and people like being around him. But I very much feel like these are questions for you. Like, why, what do I want from a relationship? What do I get out of these things? And I'm not saying like, oh, do I not get this thing? Well, screw this then, I'm not interested. What I'm saying is that when I say, what do I get out of this? It's not saying that you're not getting anything out of it. No, when I said that, it sounded very much like, well, what do I get out of this? Like, what's in it for me? But it's like, okay, let's say I'm in a relationship and I'm like, what do I get out of this? Well, I get this companionship from this amazing person. I think they're funny and, etc. Like all these things kind of reassessing like how the relationship is built up. And with the Seven of Cups being there, the Seven of Cups can talk about illusions or dreaming or fantasies. With the Temperance card being, about being grounded, and then the Seven of Cups about being like, what is real? Maybe these are some questions that are good to ask yourself, like very much so. Like, for example, if you're single, what do I want out of a relationship? Because the Seven of Cups is about fantasizing, like, oh, this would be so nice and this would be great and, whatever. But it feels like it's getting grounded and thinking, what is it I actually want out of a relationship? Which are very important questions to ask yourself. Now, onto your work reading. The prosperity message from the Oracle card is, knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. It's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by the need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of these things? No motive is bad or good, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Be clear about why you want the things you do. If the motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so you can step into your extraordinary life. So the cards you have are Death, King of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. The Death card is about change. It's the death of something old and the birth of something new. I feel like it connects quite well with the Ten of Swords. And I don't say quite well as in, great for you. The Ten of Swords is a card that speaks to me of someone who's disillusioned or betrayed or feels betrayed, like someone backstabbed them or something. But I feel like there's death situation where something changed, like something maybe cooled off, or like something maybe something in your job changed, or you had to switch profession or change jobs, or you're in between jobs. With the Ten of Swords, I feel like there's a great disappointment, but not just disappointment like, oh damn, things didn't work out for me, but also that someone did this to you, maybe, like, and that's just one possibility. Maybe someone did this to you, or you had these great dreams about, oh, I think it's going to be like this, or this is how I imagine things are going to be, but then things did not live up to that. That can also cause you to feel like this. But what's important to know about the Ten of Swords is that it's the end of a cycle. They are the completed cycle of the sword suit. So after this, you will gain clarity over the situation, because, okay, the worst is over. Now I can stand back up, get rid of these swords that I feel are in my back, and have clarity over my situation. Maybe you will view this death energy in a different way, perhaps. Like, maybe that's what it's about. But in the middle of this is the King of Pentacles. very grounded, he's very diligent and good at his job, and I just feel like both Death and Ten of Swords are quite ethereal and intangible energies, but then the King of Pentacles is like in the middle, like grounding you, and it's quite reassuring to me. So I do feel like, yes, there has been this death energy with a change. Again, the birth of something new only comes with the death of something old. So that it can be really tough. You're not always looking for that kind of change. But then, and the Ten of Swords is telling me that it's been really difficult. But what's helping you be grounded and be able to view things with more clarity post Ten of Swords energy is the King of Pentacles. And it is just looking at things as they are and asking yourself, why do I do this? Do I enjoy doing it like this? Am I okay with what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and why I'm doing it? Do I want to do it differently? Like, am I being true to myself in my motivation? That's like what the entire message is about. As you know, some people might say that, oh, I only do what I do because I want money and I want all the money in the world and I want to be rich. And people might say, oh, that's so greedy. But as long as you're true to yourself, then who cares? Because that's what the Y card is saying. If that's your intention, then if that's what's driving you, then that's okay. Like, at least you're true to yourself. And I think that these three cards are saying that things will pass and there will be clarity. And you will be grounded enough to see them, see what's happening, see all these things around you and how they connect. So those were your readings for the first 2 weeks of September. And like I said in the reading, these are my first videos. I know they're not perfect, and I would love some feedback. If you have any opinions on how I did, or if there's anything that I could do better, I'd love to hear it. Thank you very much for watching this video.